Could this happen to other charities? What happens to you?
Yes, and this is the frightening part, because at every juncture, I thought someone sensible would put a stop to it. So I thought when we went to the parliamentary inquiry, Parliament isn't going to collude in all this. They will find the truth and it will be a fair appraisal. We went to the event and suddenly I was being accused of mesmerizing Prime Minister, doing voodoo, being in ectoplasm, and this is all coming from an MP. I then suddenly realised that Parliament wasn't going to be fair.
I watched that parliamentary inquiry, though, and if you don't mind me saying, it was a shambles. And I don't think that you put your best foot forward in it.
Well, I couldn't, because one of the biggest problems I had is I was very conscious of it all being televised. And to argue, you have to produce evidence. If I'd produced evidence, it would have disclosed material related to the children.
But people watching this, hearing that, go, well, if you've got nothing to hide, Camilla, then you can
I didn't have anything to hide,
right.
But I was in a situation where I was so aware of the kids would be watching it and the families. So then the next bit of the parliamentary inquiry is they call in witnesses. Not a single independent evaluator of Kids Company was called in.
Who was called?
Instead, they brought the ex-Deputy Children's Commissioner, and she sat there and actually said to the parliamentary inquiry that there were no kids at Kids Company.
Where were the kids?
The kids were all there. How can you say there were no kids? There were 17,000 child protection and child mental health cases broken down per local authority. And I wanted KPMG, the accountancy firm, to come in, to go through our database of kids, find the cases that were the responsibility of government, and for us to get round the table with the government to discuss who was going to take financial responsibility for them. And the government didn't want to do this. Now, if I had been lying about the numbers of children that we were supporting, would I want an audit company to come in and go through my database?
Let me put this to you. When Kids Company closed its doors, somewhere in the press I read, and I think it came from you, that there would be a tsunami of cases. And people would be overwhelmed, local authorities would be overwhelmed, and all the rest of it. Since then, members of the press are saying there wasn't a tsunami, there wasn't a great wave of kids, so she must be lying.
Just before we closed, there was a meeting between the local authorities, representatives and the Cabinet Office to decide what to do with all the kids. We were seeing 20,000 children spread across about 38 schools. We worked with over 40 schools, but we had therapy and social work programs in those schools. The decision was made not to refer the children who were in the schools program to the local authorities, because in the schools, the head teacher and the special needs coordinator would look after those children. So 19,000 of the kids were siphoned off out of the lot that we had to get to the local authorities. Bristol, where we worked, decided to take their own kids. And then Liverpool Council took their own kids. So all we were left with is the children at the street level centres in London to refer to social services.
Where did they go?
A group of Kids Company social workers and therapists got together. They filled referral forms in for those children and families, and we handed those referral forms to the local authority representative. And Ross, here's the thing. I knew they would underestimate the numbers that we handed over to them. I knew they would make out like there were no kids. So I asked the team to photocopy the referral forms. And there's a photocopy box of them, sealed.
You've still got that evidence.
And we've still got that evidence.